So Mouthpiece included is in the building. We dropped the link in the chat. Make sure you pull up. All are welcome. Big topic tonight. We're doing weekly hot topics. We're discussing sports and politics. That's politics. We're also going to discuss our hottest topic, which you can clearly see, which is blacks, the black resurgence in sports or in Major League Baseball. So that's something that we're looking forward to discussing, where the baseball heads at. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in the building in the meantime. Anybody you know, any baseball managers, coaches, players, let's chop it up. Stand by for some production, and then we'll be ready to hip hop.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Facts. Fair use, fair use.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
Okay, I'm gonna go Ralph's, and this happened.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can.
Man, why do they keep the honey around here?
Kill this.
Excuse me, you know where the honey is?
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like
Oh,
a gaggle?
The Bears. Who wants the cheese?
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is
The
a
Bears.
fan of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle
The
of girls?
Bears.
The Bears.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is
The
a fan
Bears.
of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a...
Well, guys, let's go to the swimming
Don't
pool.
forget to bring your towel.
Let's go take a shower. Let's go water skiing.
Facts.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
There he is.
Be sure to bring a towel so you don't get all wet.
Yes, sir. Be sure to bring that towel so you don't get all wet. TATN. Welcome to another edition of Mouthpiece Included in the building. Phone lines are open. Pull up. The link is pinned in the chat. When you pull up, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece or you get all wet. Big ups to Tally and all the smokers out there. All right, today we're gonna go over some Bears camp news. We're gonna briefly touch on some Bulls news. We're gonna skip Cubs Sox because we got baseball coming at the end, and then of course various weekly hot topics, such as Jimmy Butler does the one-man weave in practice, and then we're gonna cap it off with our no cap hottest topic of the evening, and that's going to be our Blacks Back to Baseball. We're going to go over some interesting happenings from the 2022 MLB draft, which I was pleasantly surprised to hear about this. Maybe we can get these shotties to pick up a bat instead of picking up a blick. So that's what we going over today. TATN. Let's get our Jackie Robinson's finest in the building. Management.
TATN.
We got what
TATN.
it do, fool?
Mouthpiece included. TATN.
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 What it do, fool?
What up, fool? What's going on? Happy Thursday to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on from how the boys doing, man? The 13-year-olds.
13-year-olds, they won. They advanced to state tournaments, which will start on Saturday, July 30th in what's that guy for? Moline, Illinois, Rock Falls. So they got to travel from the south side of Chicago to Moline, Illinois, and try and win state to qualify to go to regional. We'll see what happens.
That's what's up. How many cats on the roster?
On the 12, I think there's 15, 14 or 15, but they're 13-year-old roster. There's 14 or 15 of them, I believe. We'll see how many are, because some are playing in other tournaments, unfortunately, due to prior obligations. But we got a solid team going there. Defending state champions. They're looking to defend their championship and go on to the region, which weren't allowed last year because of COVID. And they can win the regionals. They
the pandemic.
And if they win the regionals, they can advance to the World Series this year, which was not happening last year. So,
yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's always great to hear. We'll have some of those boys in the draft picks in the draft. Some of these drafts in the future, huh?
Well, we've had some in the one in this year's draft. Number 18, Cam Collier. Drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies. Used to stomp the grounds with Jackie Robinson West, then he moved out to Atlanta to further his baseball career with him and his dad. He used to coach in professional baseball. And I just signed the other day with the Philadelphia Phillies.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Go J.R. Dub. Bring it home. Bring it home. Kill this fan, bro.
Yeah, just moved here to the Sunshine State again.
Yeah. Longhorns, huh?
Yeah. Four-star offensive tackle Peyton Kirkland signed with the committed to the Texas Longhorns in Austin, Texas. So look forward to the young man furthering his career, taking his talents to University of Texas. They got three or four other offensive line commitments in the past month, and they also received the commitment of Arch Manning, Peyton Manning's and Eli Manning's nephew. Supposed to be the number one prospect in college football this season. He's going to the University of Texas next season. So,
yeah, I think I had heard about that, man. So that's going to be his buddy, huh?
Yeah, he's his quarterback. He's got to protect him.
Yeah.
He's looking to be the left tackle. So, yeah, they got to form some bond.
Maybe Eli and Peyton can buy this kid a Rolex or something. I mean, I think you can get away with it now.
Get away with it. NIL Rolex with his image and likeness on it. Absolutely. Why not?
Right. Advertising their quarterback camp or something.
Right. They'll figure something out. Everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, guess you're going to be going to some of those games in the future, huh, bro?
Yeah, looking forward to it. There's an All-American game in San Antonio in January. that we're trying to put on the agenda, and I'm definitely going to make it down to Austin since they're on the airlines route that I frequent, and see some games. Absolutely. Can't wait.
Yeah, that's big time football, bro.
Yeah, they just joined the SEC. So they're in the SEC, and somebody else joined with them. But yeah, they're in the same conference as the Alabamas of the world and those SEC schools. So it'll be some good football. I think I want to go see the Oklahoma game against Texas next year, and that should be in Dallas, I believe. I'm looking at the schedule right at probably Jerry Stadium in Jerry's World down there where the Cowboys play. So we'll see what happens. See how many days or weekends I can get off. It's tough for the kid out there. But anytime I can go out, I'll definitely try and make it down.
Yeah, nobody wants to work, so it's tough to get a day off. You know? I think I'm frozen. Might be you. Uh-oh. Let me take a look at what's going on. Seems like we got some corn here. I think it's me because he's still there. That's crazy. About his kid a Rolex or something. Boy. All right. Let me see who's still streaming. I think we lost Jim, Bob. So, as we say on the Self-Love Show, which is applicable to Mouthpiece included, this show must go on. I'm sure that brother will be back. Most Ricky Tick. So, we're live. It's Thursday, July 28th, about 9:15 in the Chi, 7:14 over here on the left coast. Yeah, so we're going to get it going, jump on topic. So, we got some quick Bears highlights from camp this week. So, they have a projected starting O-line right now entering camp. This is coming from the Bears Wire. And so they got Big Braxton Jones at the left tackle, Cody Whitehair at the left guard, Lucas Patrick is going to be at the center, Sam Mustipher, they have him slated for right guard, and Larry Borum is at right tackle. So, Braxton Jones, it's time for you to step your game up. You're on the blind side, and you're going to be blocking against some of the best defensive talent in the world. So, definitely hope you are up to task so that we can keep Justin Time upright and playing 17 games this season, which is going to be important for Justin Times' personal progression. Let's see here. Lucas Patrick, don't know too much about that cat personally. I do remember Big Sam Mustipher at right guard. I believe he can, definitely handle that position. And then you got a Larry Borum at right tackle. So, knock on wood, all those guys will stay healthy. They have a crap load of O-linemen entering camp. So, according to the Bears Wire, it's going to be competitive at just about every position. Go Bears. The next, let's see here. The next order of business for the Bears is Roquan Smith. Yeah, Roquan is on the PUP list. Haven't heard about any injuries, but they're saying that he's on the physically unable to perform list. And maybe there's some rumors that it's due to a contract negotiation. He's looking for a second deal, and it's been said that potentially the Bears are using this as leverage. I couldn't understand how or why the Bears would be using that as leverage. Sounds to me more like the player would use that as leverage, meaning, instead of getting hurt before he signs his new deal, it's almost like sitting out. So he is able to attend all the team meetings. He said he's been everywhere, but he just can't run around the field. Let's get Roquan back. Let's get Roquan healthy. All right. Next order of business. Nikhil Harry. Nikhil Harry. That's the wide receiver we spoke on last week. Nikhil Harry was ex-New England Patriot. He 6'4". We talked about this for a long time last week, but according to him, and I quote, he says he's got a real chip on his shoulder. I don't know why. I looked at his numbers. He should be chipless. Yeah. My NFL stats are almost as good as his. I haven't laced it up and played a second in the game. But that's his quote. He's got a real chip on his shoulder. Quote, I'm looking to come in and prove that I can help this team win. Why don't you come in and prove that you can play football? Why don't you do that? Let's prove you can catch some passes. But we like him starving and thirsty. So I'm looking forward to that. He's a big, imposing athlete, 6'4". He's got all the measurables. It just didn't pan out for him on the football field, probably because his last quarterback in New England fancied throwing the ball to the tight end all the time. That's this new NFL way. Throw the ball to the tight end 100 times a game. So the tight end and the quarterback get the big contract. And these flashy, mouthy, melanated wide receivers, get scraps. Next order of business. More from the O-line in Chicago. Riley Reiff, or Reif, I think it's Reiff, R-E-I-F-F. He used to block for Joe Burrow last season. And he said, and I quote, Joe Burrow is an awesome guy. I don't know who asked him or whatever. I mean, who cares? But he went on and said, tough, smart. And he says he sees a lot of that in just in time. Now, I've heard nothing but great things about just in time. Absolutely nothing but great things. I liked what I saw from him when he was on the football field. We've said over and over on this show, if he had the right coaching and he was put in the right system, he'd be every bit the Joe Burrow. In fact, Ace and I both put him on our top 10 QB list for the NFL. Yeah, maybe it's a homer move, but, well, all right, well. Hey, that's just what it is. All right. And then we got Eddie Jackson. That's right. Eddie Jackson, the safety. He was seen returning punts. Now that excites me. The Bears might have found a secret weapon in Eddie Jackson. He did return punts during his senior season at Bama. He returned 11 punts for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns. It might not be such a bad idea to put Jackson back there and see what he's got. So I'd like to see that. What do you guys think? How do you guys think Eddie Jackson would be returning punts? What happened there, fella? They cut off your internet in the crib?
Yeah. I guess I had to pay the bill or something. The card didn't go through. I don't know what the hell happened, but we're back.
I thought it was me. I was, you
I
know what I
thought it
mean?
was too.
I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, but yeah, no, I was at Eddie Jackson, bro. He was seeing that camp returning punch, bro. He did that at Bama. Had some good numbers. How you feel about that?
He's making enough damn money. You need to do something.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a football player. Put him out there, use his talents. It might spark his defensive interest, and you might not have to rely on him so much for defense if you start cycling different players into his position right after he makes that, punt return or kick return, and you can get some other guys some more experience on the field. So, I don't think this coaching staff has the same mentality as the last.
Yeah, I agree. And he's a playmaker, bro. He, when he was getting those picks, he was going to the house, and so he's an athlete. And then in those rare cases where a team goes for the fake punt, you already got your safety out there on the field.
Yeah.
That could shore it up and at least stop, touchdown instead of having Cunty back there.
Chris Cunty.
Yeah, Cunty. Can we say Cunty on Mouthpiece included?
That's his name, Chris Cunty. He's a Bears Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I mean, there was Walking Paper, and then there was Chris Cunty.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you missed Roquan is on the PUP list, bro. And it's some hubbub that it may be due to him looking for a second contract.
I find that hard to believe. Everybody knows this guy needs to get paid, and
Man,
he's your best defensive player.
man, arguably your best player on the damn roster.
Yeah, so to put him on the PUP list for some financial crap, I hope.
As Bears management, I mean, give him his money, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got new management. They're well under the salary cap. I don't know if they're holding out till next year when all of those big contracts come off of their deal, like your Khalil Mack and all the other guys that they traded and are dead money and that they cut. So hopefully that's what it is. And he might be hurt. I guess. I don't know. He was modeling the team's new uniforms the other day. Now all of a sudden he's on the PUP list. So we got to check into how long he must remain on that before they can pull him off and get him to playing football. But if you're talking about he's not playing opening day because of a contract negotiation, somebody needs to go and slap a machine.
Yeah, trademark pending, slap machine. Now, I do look patent pending as well. We have a utility patent right now. Yeah, but now I do. I like this kid. I think he'll lace him up. But what they were saying, Ace, was that he hasn't. He is eligible to go to every meeting. He hasn't missed nothing. Okay. I mean, that should tell you right there, man. This kid's not driving around with 3 pistols at the Taco Bell, drive-through.
Sleep.
Right.
Drunk in the Taco Bell drive-through.
Off the lean.
Lean and a couple of edibles. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah, a couple of pills.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Bears at all means, man, prioritize that. Sign him the deal.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way around it. There's no way you can let him go.
You drafted him.
Yeah. And he's one of the best linebackers. He hasn't even been to the damn All-Star, Pro Bowl yet because of hate. But everybody in the league knows how good he is. He's young. He plays from sideline to sideline.
He's is he a Bama guy?
He is from Georgia.
Yeah, I knew he was one of those. Yeah.
University of Georgia. Yeah, him and Leonard Floyd played on the same team together. They got rid of Leonard Floyd.
Well, what do you think about the starting O-line coming into camp? Braxton Jones is at the blind tackle, the left tackle. Cody Whitehair at the left guard. Lucas Patrick at center. Sam Mustafa at right guard, and Larry Borum at right tackle. They said it's very competitive. This is coming out of the camp, with the backups. But how would you feel if you went into the season with that team?
Well, I mean, luckily we're not. The Bears made a splash yesterday by signing a left tackle. They used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals, and he's a starting left tackle. Guy has experience in the league. They only signed him for one season. Why, I don't know. Maybe it's a salary cap move. And they also signed a guard, starting guard. So they're going to put them in the mix training camp and, see who comes out on this.
Maybe that's what the article was talking about, because this article didn't mention that guy for some reason. But they were saying that it's going to be highly competitive. So you think this guy, they didn't sign him to back up Braxton? Who is Braxton Jones? Is that a rookie?
He's a rookie. He's a fifth or sixth round draft pick rookie. There's no way they wanted to go into the season. They're high on him, but he doesn't have the experience.
Yeah, but if he could do it, let's get him out there. But if he can't, I hear you. Maybe he can learn something from this veteran coming in as well. But this coaching staff's going to play the best man for the job with the most potential if they're young. They already said, they lean towards Ute.
Yeah. Well, the guy that signed from Cincinnati, I don't have his name at this time. He can play left or right tackle. So, instead of having those guys that you can't switch to the other side or play terribly on the other side when somebody gets hurt, you got a bona fide starter. Maybe not a superstar, but he's a bona fide starter.
Right.
That's definitely an upgrade of what you've had from the last 5 damn years. 10 years.
Yeah, and God forbid if this Braxton kid is whiffing, you got to have somebody over there because you don't want your QB getting killed. Right,
and you got somebody over there with some experience that can teach them the ropes of the game. Personally, I wouldn't want to go into the season with a rookie left tackle.
Sixth round draft left tackle.
Yeah. I mean, you might be high on him, but come on, there's reality.
You got to be high to get him out there too, huh?
It'd
be different if you had a bum quarterback you didn't give a fuck about.
Yeah. We had.
You got a franchise out there.
Cutting out. Yeah. You can experiment out there like that, but this guy, you're looking to be the franchise of your organization. And, hey, it's just second season. So you're looking for great things from him. So at least protect his backside and work on the rest of these guys along the offensive line. And let's put something together, go out there and run the damn football.
Well, Nikhil Harry, who you brought up last week, he said he's embracing the fresh start with the Bears.
Okay.
And, quote, I got a real chip on my shoulder. I'm looking to come in and prove that I can help this team win. Now, when you were logging back on, I said you need to prove you can catch the football, make some plays, and keep your damn job. Chip on your shoulder. He should be absolutely chipless and saying, "Oh, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm going to prove it." But I guess that's what he's saying. But what's the chip all about? I mean, we didn't do anything to him. If he's got something to say about the Patriots, say something.
Yeah, damn right he's got something to say about the Patriots, but you never want to burn any bridges with Belichick.
Bill Belichick and the NFL Patriots, because, we know they're owned by the league.
We know that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so there's
And he's probably got a chip with Daniel Jones throwing at the tight end all the time. These newfangled quarterbacks. But go ahead, bro. They like to get the ball.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's the size almost of a tight end. He's a great blocking wide receiver as far as what I've heard. Now, what he fits into for the Bears, there's a situation where, hey, I'm looking to start. I don't know any of these guys besides Mooney that has really secured a starting position.
Well, this old lineman you're talking about, would that be Riley Rife?
Yeah.
You said Cincinnati. Okay, yeah, it's funny because they didn't say he was listed as a starter, but we have a quote from him. Riley Rife sees some of Joe Burrow and Justin Fields. He said, quote, Joe Burrow is an awesome guy. We don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. But he said, He's tough and smart. He says he sees a lot of that in Justin.
Mm. Well, Joe Burrow's a real deal. I said that in college, but right, yeah, they didn't list him as a starter because they just signed him yesterday. I don't think he's been to the building.
I'm saying it was the same article. I mean, it's just weird, but I got you.
Yeah, it's the building. I don't know if he signed the contract. Well, I mean, I guess he signed. You can do it.
Yeah, he's talking about Justin Fields. I mean, all right, you already signed, man. Stop it with the nonsense. You know, that's what you're talking in the back room trying to get a deal.
Right. So yeah, he's looking to be our experienced left tackle, and if he can't beat out the guys we got on the roster, we got to look at cutting and see what else is out there by the end of training camp or the second game. But I think they got high hopes for him to start this year. And once I get the name of the guard that they signed yesterday too, we can probably plug in a couple players and then work with the younger guys to get better.
Well, the colored GM, he did say that was number one. So this guy is for damn sure is going to get some guys in the trenches. Within a total of 3 years, we should have some pulling guards, knocking people over. You know what I mean? Football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, football. I saw a clip of the '85 Bears. Back in '85, they're running moving the pocket. Got McMahon pulling to the left side with two damn a guard and a tackle pulling from the right side going all the way left. It surprised and changed so much they didn't even have to block anybody. And Willie Gault just runs right to the corner of the end zone, throws him the ball wide up.
Yeah, because when you see the guards and the tackles pulling, you think it's going to go to the GOAT, the greatest, running back ever,
Mm-hmm. So you don't think it's a damn pass play. And
correct.
The guy's wide open in the end zone.
Yeah, but the last regime didn't want to give the ball to Montgomery. So Jaquan Brisker, he's a holdout. You got any thoughts on that before we move past the Bears?
Last I heard, that had been settled. No, I'm thinking of Roquan and Quinn. They said Quinn was going to hold out. Brisker, they got to get the deal done.
They got to get all these deals done, man. Where you going out and signing people off the scrap heap.
Yeah, there's no way you can sign. You can be a second round pick. You're holding out a training camp for the Chicago Bears. So I don't know if it's the language of the contract. It can't be the damn money because everything's pretty much slotted.
Right.
Going to receive. So whatever they need to do to get that guy into training camp, it needs to be done because we've seen through experience over the years that any rookies holding out the training camp for too long, it's a lost season.
Hey, fool, we moving into a new age where you can get a fancy college guy who's making more money in college than their rookie contract offer. He's like, I'm going to go back to college for another couple of years. I was making more money then.
Hey, you made the decision to come here.
I'm saying, what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
They had an option to go back. Yeah, no, I'm not signing this. I'm going back to school.
Yeah, it's too late for all that. He's got the agent. He's got the Lambo truck on a lease.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, I was watching a baseball draft. This white boy talking about. Yeah, I went out as soon as I signed my contract. They gave me a Tesla. Yeah, they did. It anchored you down. Uh-huh.
Why don't we take him out to the Lambo dealer?
Looks like we lost him again here, there, fella.
And we're going to sign 2 contracts. One for this Lambo truck.
Yeah.
And one for your career. So which one are you going to turn down today? Yeah.
Which one? Hey, all right. So we're going to jump to the Bulls and flow through this. Your boy Lonzo Ball still experiencing discomfort per Forbes article, bro. He can't do all the movements, and he still may need to have surgery again. I mean, do the surgery, cut him. One of those options. I don't know. His dad said he'll be ready for the start of the season. What do you make of all of this?
His dad will tell you any damn thing to keep that $84 million contract on. But you
Keep
got
that
to
booger
get
sugar flowing, huh?
yeah. You got to get this. You got to get him fixed, or you got to get rid of him. You can't go into the season hoping that he's going to play. Toward I guess October. No, October is the start of the season. Hoping he's going to play by the beginning of next year.
Man,
it can't happen. It's another lost season.
I mean, man, you might have to play on a little pain, man. They tell me it's a little discomfort. Well, I mean, I got discomfort every day. I got to get up and go to work.
I'm not making $84 million. I don't know what you're going to do. Trade him for Westbrook?
Yes, absolutely. Your best ability is your availability. One thing about Westbrook,
he's playing.
Brick, he's out there laying bricks. He don't like it when you call him Westbrook. He says his family gets offended.
They get offended by him shooting those bricks. I'd be offended by him. He's shooting the damn ball out there. But, let him come to the Bulls and start dunking again like he was, if he can still do it, and just put him out there. They can have the ball kid in January or February, wherever the hell he's going to be ready to play for 2 months, and then he'll be out for the playoffs.
All right, your boy Draymond Green, he tweeted, "I'm watching the '98 Bulls versus Utah in the finals." This is Draymond Green now. Mm-hmm. This isn't Steph or anybody with any real skills.
Right.
I can't help but notice our 2017 team would have beaten these Bulls by a dub and these Jazz by 40 if they're going to play these brands of basketball. And that's why it's dumb to compare eras. Thoughts?
You're dumb. Is that what you were saying? I'm dumb?
Yes. Yeah. That's what I thought it was a Freudian slip. That's exactly what I got out of it. This guy's dumb. The jackass.
I mean, come on, man. You talking about
was he watching what Jordan and Pippen were doing?
No idea. Maybe he's still a little bit butthurt about them winning all those damn games, not winning the chip. But
and Karl Malone and that pick and roll would score 1 million against them. That team, 1 million.
He couldn't stop Karl Malone. Karl Malone would be eating them for lunch.
Man, Stockton would have had about 25 assists. And they couldn't have won in Utah. They couldn't have won against that veteran team in Utah.
No. It took Michael Jordan to the end of every game to win.
Man, he struggled in Utah.
Yeah.
The Cupcake had some. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
They definitely would have poisoned Draymond Green like they did MJ. Well, not Draymond, probably Steph and Clay. They had him eat the same food.
Yeah, the Cupcake had some tweets. I didn't even bother scrolling to see it. The Cupcake, retweeted Cupcake Durant. Mm-hmm. I didn't even, at that point, I'm like, I'm not even going to dignify myself with reading this tweet from this Cupcake.
Yeah, to put that out there. I don't know if you're just looking for clickbait.
Clout chasing.
Yeah, you're starting to work on your after career.
Yeah, he's got his podcast going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just every 2-3 weeks you make yourself super controversial. Didn't
you say last week, because we talked about, I don't know if he's watching our show, we talked about it. You said Dennis Rodman would have stuck his thumb in his bum, if I remember correctly.
Maybe that's what got him offended.
I think so. Because that guy he'd have gotten ejected. Rodman would have got ejected every game, Draymond.
Yeah. Messing around with Dennis Rodman and outplayed. So the fact that you say a team with Michael Jordan, who's guarding him? Klay Thompson?
I'll just tell you right now, I'll take Rodman over Draymond Green. I take Pippen over Klay Thompson, and I take Jordan over Curry. So
And you're not even talking about the Ron Harper effect.
Right, and the Phil Jackson effect.
And the 6'6" point guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Kukoc.
Tony Kukoc. Kick it.
So.
Dirty.
Right.
Yeah.
Draymond, you're going down on my respect scale. Zach LaVine, I meant to cover this last week. So John Morant, who I used to like, but he's hurt all the time, his knees, I don't trust him. But great player, probably the most exciting player in today's NBA.
Yeah.
But last week he was on some lean or probably popping some pills on the off season, allegedly. This is just how I feel. And he came out there and said something to the effect that he'd spank MJ. MJ in his prime in a one-on-one. And MJ was legendary in one-on-ones. Like nobody ever beat him.
Yeah.
So now Zach LaVine says he knows John Morant's got nothing on MJ.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to try and compare yourself to maybe a Derrick Rose as far as the Bulls franchise is concerned, because you both had hurt
Derrick
knees.
Rose would have butt sexually assaulted him in a one-on-one in Derrick Rose's prime.
Absolutely. But, to go after MJ is just, maybe he's got a podcast coming out too.
Maybe so. He hasn't won crap.
Yeah.
Man, no MVPs.
Because when they needed him this year, they were in the playoffs, and all of a sudden he was
hurt.
He was hurt.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever led the league in scoring.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he thinks he could match up to MJ one-on-one with no help.
I think it's the video game. It's got to be the 2K, or it's
mixed with the lane,
mixed
and
with
the
the
pills.
lane, and the booger sugar, and the pills.
Because he doesn't play defense like MJ.
No. Yeah. I don't know. He doesn't have a team. It's got to be the PlayStation.
I think so. I think if you want attention and you want to go viral, like I need to go out there and tweet.
Yeah.
Man, back in MJ's prime, I'd have beat his ass in one-on-one. You know what I mean? I need to tweet that and see if that goes viral. Who is it? Regular guy says he'll he would beat the crap out of, you know what I mean?
Right. I played MJ at the at Rainbow Beach. No cameras were around. Now I outscored him 100 to 55 or some nonsense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The only reason he was there is because I had beat Pippen 20 straight games. He was there to pick up Pippen. I mean, right, nonsense.
Yeah.
But nobody signed me.
Yeah.
But the Bulls are getting a lot of flack, man, for this quiet offseason. Do you think it's warranted? And we talked about that, too. I mentioned that to you. I'm like, man, they ain't done shit.
Yeah. They've only met the Andre Drummond move.
Who cares?
Yeah. And they haven't addressed this point guard problem they have.
Well, they got a crap load of point guards, bro. They did. They went out and got they did. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. I'm going to look it up.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the starting damn point guard, Paul.
Yeah.
He's not playing. He hasn't played in a while. And he doesn't think he can play. I don't give a damn what his dad says. Whoever the hell he's at. I thought he's in Charlotte some damn where. Or Lithuania with the other kid. But he's not playing. He hasn't played. He missed the playoffs. And, he's still got discomfort.
Playoffs? Are you kidding me right now? Playoffs?
Why are you worried about the playoffs? And he still got discomfort. So, I don't know what surgeon or doctor he needs to go see, but he needs to see somebody else if he can't get his knee right. Or they need to get rid of him. As simple as that. If he's damaged good, he's damaged good. It's just, you messed up. Let's cut bait and find somebody else that can play.
What about the Bulls, though? You think so you're saying they could have gone out and got a Russell Westbrook, made a move like that?
They would have gave up Russell Westbrook within about 5 or 6 seconds.
Right, you could have gave him a deep dish pizza and a perch chicken combo from Harold's and a deep dish from Giordano's.
Yeah, and if you would have gave up more than that, you could have went with him. Because, nobody in LA wants the guy there. LeBron doesn't want to play with him. And you got a point guard here that can't play. He's got $40 million left on a one-year deal. If we could trade 80 Russia that damn $80 million contract to the Lakers and get Russell Westbrook here, then I would have made the move.
Hey man, you raise a good point though, because his knee was already degenerative. He could have that same thing that that running back for the Rams had, Gurley, and he probably knew it and just inked that last deal and maybe knew this was going to be his last deal or something. You know what I mean? And just take the money and run.
Yeah, go out there and play about 20 games and shut it down.
For 2 years.
Right. What the hell? What's he got to lose? The contract's guaranteed. He's going to get paid.
So they could have offered him a buyout or something by now and like you said, cut bait.
Yeah, I mean they got to do something. Y'all looking at what he did for the summer and the beginning of not the summer, the preseason and the beginning of the year last year when he was playing some games, but he was hurt then. He's just hurt.
Danny Ainge is still on the book of sugar too, because he's talking about he wants a minimum of 7 first-round draft picks for what's his name? I can never even think of his name, and he wants 7 draft picks for him. My wife's cousin's best friends with the kid for Utah.
Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan. Yeah. Yes. 7 first-round picks for him. I love Donovan's game, but, I mean, he has that perplexed look on his face. He'll go cold on you. He's streaky. Back in our 90s, Draymond Green, the guys like Donovan would have been a 6th man.
Absolutely. We'd have been coming straight off the bench instead of $35-40 million.
Yeah.
Shooting bricks in the playoffs.
Yeah, and not giving you prime defensive effort.
Right.
You had to average 30 to be out there not playing defense. Dominique did it.
Yeah. Yeah, and he would dunk on it.
Right.
But this guy, he doesn't have to play defense because the league isn't built on it anymore. The teams average between 120 and 130 a game every night. That's ridiculous.
Okay, so just off the top of your head, in 30 seconds or less, name me some players that you would give up the ranch of 7 first-round draft picks for in today's current NBA.
Michael Jordan. Oh, you said current. Yeah, it is.
25 seconds.
I go
20 seconds.
And I'm looking at next I'm not having a number one draft. And I'm looking
15 seconds. 7 first-round draft picks.
First round draft picks. I can have that player on my team.
15 seconds.
And then I can put him there. And then in
10 seconds.
Better.
5 seconds.
Agents and try to find some players after these guys get old. Because I don't have any first round draft. Probably nobody.
Okay. What's the big white boy that got the MVP?
Luka.
No, he didn't get it. You don't like him.
The
shithole country. Who?
Yeah, Djokovic.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, there's Steph Curry. No.
He's averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds a damn game. And he's the MVP.
Durant's 34.
Yeah.
LeBron is 100.
Yeah. No. Yeah. 7 first round draft picks. So you're just saying he's untradeable.
Right.
Yeah.
Just say that. Say this guy's untradeable unless somebody offers me 7 round draft picks, and the league can respect it. It'll be tongue in cheek, and work on building a team around him.
Or maybe it's just a foot in the door technique. We said 7, but we'll take 4.
I'm having trouble finding. 4 is a big number. I mean, you're ranching. You'd have to be some team that's in a position where they need one player to become a dynasty, and they have those picks available. The Lakers tend to do stuff, but the Lakers don't have any more.
Or you got those teams that picked up multiple picks.
Yeah.
Like maybe not the Knicks. Just
But I know what
whoever.
you're saying.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
probably got a kitty of like 3 or 4 of them extra, but
yeah,
not
yeah.
7. You still giving up 3 of yours down the road. It would kill your franchise, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you're saying this guy is untradeable or not on the trading block, unless you get a Herschel Walker type deal, then just sign him. Give him the money.
Is that slap machine material for Danny Ainge?
Um, no, I mean, no. I think it's just a negotiation
I'd put him
tactic.
in the slap machine. I'd probably sentence him to 25 seconds in the slap machine. He deserves it. He's an
He's
arrogant
trying
little
to
prick.
he's
Yeah.
trying to tell this guy there's no way you're gonna get out of here.
He's an
So
arrogant little prick. I'd put him in the slap machine.
well, he's from Boston.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Big ups to the Bulls. All right. This is something you sent me. I'll pull up the picture. But Jimmy Butler does the one-man weave. I think we've talked about it. For
Around
anybody
the
that
stairs?
know, these are real. No. One-man weave. He's actually got weave in his hair. And I know this younger generation, I was talking to EP about it. Remember, he couldn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, man, most of these people you see with locks and braids, they're running around with weave to the point where I run around with LA, Ace, and they assume that I've got weave in my hair. And, I want to put them in a slap machine, but, laws, they got laws.
Yeah.
You can't have sign a
Litigation.
non-disclosure and,
They got litigation out there.
yeah. So here he is. Here he is here. I mean, it's not going to let me do it. I'll put it on the screen. He's looking like a, how can I say? He's looking like he could play in the WNBA. Can we say that? No, you can keep your camera on, Ace. It's not going to let me do it. I got to do it another way. Yeah, but he's looking like one of the girls in the WNBA, if you know what I mean.
Like Joanna Man.
Yeah, I think we can say Joanna, man.
I mean, just move it.
So how do you feel about these guys getting weave in their hair?
Well, it's kind of tough for somebody that's high profile, such as an NBA player, that you've got pictures all over the internet as of yesterday or commercials.
And you had short hair?
Yeah. And then, another day you're coming out and you got, hair down to your buttocks, going down the center of your back like a, yeah. I don't understand it. So I don't know why he picked this particular fashion statement for himself. I don't think it's working out for him as far as NBA fans and the internet is concerned. We'll see how long he keeps.
Yeah. I mean, this is more of a fun topic. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on it, but I've got to show the people that picture you sent me here.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, he's got color tints in it.
Yeah.
How does he expect the opposing team to take him seriously out there?
I don't think most of them ever did because the way he talks out there on the court. Now, it'll probably be gone by the beginning of the season. Training camp.
Pat Riley's gonna make him get it out of there.
Listen here, you son.
You're an embarrassment to yourself. You're an affront to the team.
I don't know what's going on. Probably
there he is there. And, we're missing the top picture. But, I mean, he's got blonde highlights in it.
Yeah. I mean, he got the money, so I guess that's why his rationale for going out and doing it.
So because you got a lot of money, you can just rub poop all over your face and make that a fashion statement?
Yeah. According to this day and age and era, yes, that's fine. Yeah, as long as it doesn't look like blackface. Poop on your face.
Blackface. All right. Well, all right. Small ups to Jimmy Butler, and if there's any youngins out there, do what makes you happy. You know what I mean? But have some dignity out there.
I guess it's a fashion trend. I mean, if he's looking at it as just fashion, just like hey, Russell come out with the skirts on, LeBron will leave a press conference with the purse.
It's a merce.
Okay, well, yeah, the green merch that matches his short suit set, short skirt set. So if he feels that he's making a statement, fashion statement. So if that's what he wants to do, let him do it. Damn it.
Yeah, all right. I think I'll go there just to jeer him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got weave too. You know what I mean? Who does your weave? But we got Delonte West, man. We all know the history. Allegedly, he was dinking LeBron's mom when they were on the same team. Allegedly, and then he got blackballed from the league. He was probably doing the booger sugar, with his mom, allegedly.
Yeah.
But then I guess he was self-medicating. He ended up going to Dallas to play with Mark Cuban. So how do you feel about him going from playing on the hardwood to laying hardwood? So he's got his life turned around. I saw a nice video about him. Big ups to him and anybody out there with mental health issues, man. Because he was out there on the street looking bad.
Yeah.
So now they're helping him, and so he's laying hardwood floors out there. Thoughts?
He need a damn job. Just like
Man, he smoked up all those millions, but go ahead.
I mean, he could have smoked it. I'm sure when you go in a bad way, especially mental health wise, people are going to start stealing. So whoever had access to his accounts, whoever could make him sign something, giving him access to his account, to his accounts, they were right there at the bank, stealing as much as they could. It could be family, it could be lawyers, it could be financial advisors.
Tell them you went on a tangent last night and bought all that, right?
Yeah, I mean they're trying to steal your money when you're of sound mind. But once it's been discovered you got mental illness and they already know you don't know what the hell you're doing, so they've been probably stealing already. But once you go off the deep end, yeah.
Well, they said Mark Cuban, when he saw the pictures, and small ups to every black businessman and former NBA player, NBA executive, etc. But Mark Cuban is the one who went and got him and put him in the rehab and helped get him cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
So big ups to Cuban.
All right.
I feel like he could have probably wrote him a check or gave him a job with the Mavericks,
He probably did. He's cleaning Mark Cuban's floors, you said, right?
Right, but hey, I'm not going to knock the man. He got him cleaned up. And
he's working.
He's working. He is working. He's working a trade. Like you said, he need money. Yeah. And there's honor in that. So nobody's knocking any trade. Anybody's laying floors. But it just seems like a big juxtaposition, bro.
Well, he's got to start somewhere. Hopefully, he's got him on the NBA or the Dallas Mavericks healthcare plan, where he can still continue to see someone to help him with his mental issues, keep him grounded while he's working through it and working through, getting himself back together financially. Nobody generally teaches these young men how to handle checkbooks, how to check their accounts, how to check their money market accounts, how to check investments, how to check everything that they're signing. So the fact that he would have to go out after however many years of an NBA career and find a trade or job to supplement himself, or just mainly to keep himself mentally stable by doing some type of craft every day, or going to work every day, or living a normal life as opposed to his NBA life. Maybe that's the reason for him picking up the trade. Working with his hands. He may not dribble a ball anymore, but he can put a floor in. So
if I did a movie on him, I'd cast Cuba Gooding Jr. and because he knows a little bit about mental health.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'd cast Cuba Gooding because he'd be a great movie. You can have somebody playing LeBron and all that when he was at his height and dinking his mom. You know what I mean? And doing the Book of
Who's gonna be
Sugar.
the mom? Robin Givens?
Maybe Beyonce. You seen her new album cover?
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah. I'll text it to you. But
Stacey Dash. There you go.
yeah, Stacey Dash would be perfect. But his movie would be interesting because Ace, he went from NBA to literally homeless, living on the street. Check your text message. Living on the street, bro. So Land Hardwood is a come up.
Yeah, but you're looking at he was white ball from the league. You're
Pink
not
ball.
only
Pink balled. He was pink balled. Yeah.
He was pink ball from the league. Basically, you not only are you
Jigga, he's my nigga.
It's gotta be Photoshop.
Yeah, no, I think she's had some work done.
Okay. Well, anyway, you're going from being a teammate to allegedly having relations with the greatest player in the NBA's mother
During the playoffs. Remember his numbers went way down?
Yeah.
LeBron
was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, yeah, man.
He probably told him when they was arguing in the game. That's why I'm thinking your mama. Wait, what?
What? Fuck out of here. There's no way. It's my mom. Man, come on. I'm LeBron. That's my mom. Bars. And once he found out after the game, he was done for that playoff series.
Well, big ups to Mark Cuban, and more importantly, big ups to Delonte West. Happy to hear you're doing better. Goody Two Shoes, Grant Hill, man. Now he's a dookie, and I've always liked Grant Hill. I used to protect him when people would call him a nerd, and
he's a beast.
Right, I'm like, what do you want him to be out here doing? Smacking people and shooting at people. He was a good kid. Yeah. But this is what makes this so interesting. Grant Hill talked trash to the GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, at the NBA 75th anniversary team celebration. I was in his face. I'm giving it to him. You wasn't giving it to him when y'all was playing against each other.
Yeah. Maybe it was after the night of some boogie he did there. He wanted to express how he thought he felt, or what he thought he did against MJ.
Yeah, you could have talked that crap on the court.
Yeah. Come on, man. You were giving it to MJ. Nobody even knew he was even going to be there. And all of a sudden, you
right.
All the things you could have said to him. You were talking about playing some regular season games back 30 years ago.
Well, they said it was some banter because, the North Carolina Duke rivalry and all of that. Yeah. But how are you talking crap? Grant Hill, again, I loved your game. And I feel like you definitely would have been probably one of the top threes of all time. Definitely.
Yeah. It was unstoppable when
he was.
When he was healthy, but so was Derrick Rose.
Yeah, but just be talking crap to the GOAT, you might as well tweet, you saw Yahusha and you was giving it to him. And giving it to him.
Tell me you called Scottie Pippen on the phone while you was at the 75th anniversary celebration.
Scottie probably put him up to it.
I'll send you a free case of my bourbon if you tell MJ.
Yeah, in case of the Bucks. Yeah, you can throw them in your fire and use it for kindling. All right, small ups to Grant Hill. We're going to push on. You mentioned, I think you just mentioned a Herschel. So who'd you mention? Herschel Walker?
Herschel Walker and the Donovan Mitchell trade. The fact that the franchise would give up so many picks for one player.
Yeah. So speaking of Herschel Walker, this segment's called Herschel's Hypocrisy. Yeah. Which Herschel is that right? Isn't he the one running for governor or something? Senator?
Senator, he's on the lane.
Okay, all right. Now we discussed this, Coon, alleged coon. We've discussed this coon before on this show. So I just thought it was interesting that this came up. There's an article, because I guess he didn't realize people were going to start fact-checking him, but it probably don't matter since Donald Trump was able to do everything he was able to do.
Yeah, he's been able to lie for years.
Yeah, and sexually assault people and.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to read you some highlights because the article was so damn long. Accusations of violence against multiple women in the past continue to haunt Walker. The candidate's ex-wife, Cindy DeAngelis Grossman, name couldn't be pinker, claimed he held a gun to her temple and threatened her while they were married. Court's records show she received a protective order in 2005, 3 years after the couple divorced. 3 years after. Walker said he doesn't remember his threats, though, because he suffers from dissociative identity disorder. And this guy is running for public office. And
he wants to be a fucking senator?
Walker, he's now remarried, developed a dozen... I can't write this. This isn't people. Walker, now remarried, developed a dozen alter egos to combat the intense bullying he suffered as a child, including the hero, the judge, the consoler. These are his alter egos. The hero, the judge, the consoler, the frightened wounded, and the enforcer, according to the 2008 book Breaking Free. He says he has no memories of actions taken by some of his alter egos, writing that years of therapy helped to integrate the personalities. I guess he got an API integration. On the campaign trail, Walker's stories of being bullied as a child make him relatable. After declaring that the fatherless home is a major, major problem, and to men, remember you can leave your wife but don't leave your child, it was then revealed that Walker himself appears to have left some children behind, only publicly acknowledging one child, 22-year-old son Christian, a social media star who he raised with Grossman. The Daily Beast recovered a paternity suit from 2014 allegedly proving that the candidate fathered a 10-year-old boy whom he is not raising. Then 2 more children were revealed. Finally, Walker released a statement that he has 3 sons and an adult daughter. He says he never denied he had 4 children and simply chose not to use them as props. But the Daily Beast reported that he lied about the children to his own staff. More exaggeration and fables have been piling up. Putting career, I sent this article to Coach, and Coach said he'd still vote for him. This is what we're up against in this country. Walker claimed he graduated the University of Georgia at the top 1% of his class.
God bless
Not
him.
true. He didn't even graduate. This is great. I got to start telling people. He graduated top 1% from, like we wouldn't.
And Nikhil Harry.
While he was playing football, like we wouldn't know. Like they wouldn't have been saying that every game he played. You know what I'm saying?
He's smart.
He would have gotten some sort of academic award while he was playing football, not just the Heisman.
Maybe his alter ego.
It was going on a lot. Yeah. Graduated top 1%. Said that he said he served in law enforcement and was an FBI agent, proven false. And his work for one veterans organization, Patriot Support, turned out to be a for-profit company that settled with the Department of Justice for preying on veterans and defrauding the United States government. And he's a front runner for this Senate seat. He also overstated his business success and once claimed that he had an FDA-approved dry mist that would kill any COVID on your body. Then he lied about his lies. Some of Walker's public statements have been head-scratching at best. While the campaign has tried to control the damage by keeping reporters away from campaign events, he continues to blunder. Giving his reasons for opposing the Green New Deal, a framework for environmental action that didn't pass the Senate, he said, since we don't control the air, our good air decides to float over to China's bad air. So when China gets our good air, their bad air got to move. So it moves over to our good airspace. And now we got to clean that back up while they're messing ours up. Asked about the Uvalde shooting, Walker told Fox, Cain killed Abel, and that's a problem that we have. And I say what we need to do is look into how we can stop those things. What about doing a department that can look at young men's that's looking at and young women that's looking at social media? What about doing that, looking into things like that? But Walker's star appeal can't be underplayed. Okay, we'll get out of that. Hold on. This guy's a front runner, man. People vote for this guy. All right. His iconic status, very effective at talking one-on-one with voters. They like what he did 40 years ago, and they don't like Democrats. That's the only reason they're going to vote for him.
That's the only reason. And Democrat is a Negro, melanated player. Melanated candidate.
He was a major supporter of Trump. He's got a long-standing friendship with Trump that started in '83 when Walker played on the New Jersey Generals in the USFL. Trump twice appointed Walker to the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, urged Walker to run for Senate and endorse his candidacy. To Trump supporters in Georgia, this may be all they need to know. Hold on, there was more. Still bitter.
And they wonder why they want to take the vote away from the people.
Oh my God.
This guy is a deadbeat.
Which one of his alter egos you think is running for Senate?
The deadbeat dad. Because if he's going to clear his child support record once he becomes senator.
And you know Trump is his mentor. Wait a minute. You lied about that in the past? Just lie and say you didn't say that. You know what I mean? That's Trump is giving them all the advice.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't you. Or, tell him it was your alter ego. Don't believe anything. As long as I support you, you got a chance of winning this thing, buddy. A damn United States Senator. Imagine that.
Man, imagine the type of puppet he would be.
Oh, my God.
Remember we covered him when we were doing the Coons. He made the list.
Well, you got the other senator who's, the other guy that's the bald-head guy is pretty high up in the Republican. He might be the head of the Republican National Committee. And he'll say whatever the hell Trump wants him to say. Well, imagine if you get a former football player in the state of Georgia that's willing to do the same thing.
Bro, I thought it was CTE, but when he started saying, I can't remember nothing because that's a hell of a defense. I disassociated years ago.
I can't recall.
When I was getting bullied in school. So now, he, as a victim of bullies, you think he'd have something more eloquent to say with these school shootings, a little more. Nah, we got to monitor what they're doing on social media.
That's what Trump told us. But you got to get and plus, you can't really delve into his mental background because of HIPAA. So he can say whatever he wants to about his mental capacity and the transference of dissociation to the multi-personality transgressions of his past. And there's really nothing, there's no way to dispute it. Yeah. At one point, he was talking about a debate with the Democratic incumbent. So I think they talked him out of it. But hopefully it comes.
I would pay money to watch that.
Hopefully it comes to fruition.
Bro, I'd find all of his childhood bullies if I was running a Democratic campaign. I had him sitting front row, doing like this. Boy, he'd disassociate. Oh man.
This guy was a natural athlete. He never lifted weights. He
did push-ups though. He said he did 1,000 push-ups a day. 1,000.
Right. Calisthenics, and he was a track star. During his collegiate career.
Yeah. I forgot about that. He was a beast on a track, whatever track. Yeah. He was a beast.
So he could either beat him up because he was so strong from doing push-ups, or he can outrun whoever was trying to bully him. So, yeah, I would wonder how he got bullied. But maybe he's speaking of his real youth before he started doing push-ups and was able to run.
Yeah, and he should be thankful of the bullies. I said on Self Love Show, guy I went to high school with. I don't know if he still has a state record in the 100. It was probably broken by then, but he had it when we were in high school and for years after. And I said, "Man, how'd you get so fast?" Because I moved out to Cal Park after grade school, so I didn't know them guys. He said, "Running from bullies." He sure said it. Man, this dude didn't work out. He had an unorthodox running style. And he said when he runs, he just imagine he's running home from bullies.
Wow.
Yeah, but hey, you could develop, huh? He developed them running muscles.
Did you tell him he could be a United States Senator?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I had other words I wanted to say to him, but he's a cool guy.
Okay.
Like, man, all you had to do was fight once or twice, and you wouldn't have had to run no more. Even if you took the L, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they wouldn't have kept beating you up.
No, it's not fun.
Unless you would have found somebody you could gave the wood to one day. So.
Right. Yep. Eventually you was going to get, just like you got better at running, you'd have got better at throwing them hands. Yeah, you could get you some pepper spray. Pepper spray the shit out of it.
You would learn some kind of combat skills after getting your ass kicked with them.
I had me to give my son a bear spray, just bear spray all of them and beat the shit out of them. All right. Here we go. Are blacks back to baseball? We're here. So I just want to give you current demographics as of July this month. White and pink MLB players, 57.5%. Your Hispanics, 31.9%. Your blacks out there, 7.7%. Your Asians out there and other, 2.9%. So I think we both can agree that is an American game. When you consider NFL is 70% black, the NBA is 80% black, there is something very awry here.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely choreographed by MLB. The fact that they went away from the talents of the melanated player for so long and start going with the Cuban or Dominican or players from South America, and eliminating the talents that the African American athlete brought from the time of Jackie Robinson all the way through to Barry Bonds, and the players we still have now, Tim Anderson, the young man that's in Pittsburgh. There's plenty of athletes out here. I don't know if it came because of the height of the salaries and they wanted to eliminate these players from garnering these salaries, or like I said, there might have been a pink balling of the players after the Barry Bonds era. They just,
I think the St. Louis Cardinals scared the shit out of them too.
Oh yeah, with Willie McGee and Ozzie Smith and Vince Coleman. You got this fast. There's nothing we can do with this fast-ass team that can catch the ball, and you got a pitching staff and can hit. Oh man, well, that's baseball.
Well, who'd you say the shortstop? The first one you said?
Ozzie Smith.
Man, that market dive for the ball, do a backflip, and throw a rope over the first base.
Yeah, and throw you right out by 3 steps.
He had it timed up too. Remember, he'd sit there and let him run a little bit every now and then, and whip it over there. Yep. Toying with those guys out there. All right, let me just do this. For the first time in history, Black players comprise 4 of the top 5 picks in the Major League Baseball draft, but they didn't get the number 1 pick.
He's a former player.
Yeah. Drew Jones, Kumar Rocker, Termar Johnson, and Elijah Green. The milestone was reported by the USA Today.
Mhm.
So, you know anything about those guys?
Kumar Rocker, I know about because he was a pitcher on the national championship team for the Vanderbilt Commodores.
Okay.
So he was actually drafted the year before and not signed because the team thought he was hurt. Well, he was. I mean, he had Tommy John surgery, and he was coming back from that.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of waiting for him to get better and just signing him for that little bit of pocket change, they had to give a first-round pick.
Right.
They didn't sign him, and he went back into the draft this year and is going to another team. And the kid's got some electric stuff. He was a great pitcher.
So they didn't want to pay like the $1 or $2 million or whatever, $5 million it would have been to let him rehab.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Well, you know how they do us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you were mentioning this, I didn't know it was 80% of the first 5 were brothers, bro.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. Number 18, like I said, was Cam Collier, one of Jackie Robinson's former players. His father is a major league veteran.
So he's from the Chi. What position is he at?
Wherever the hell he wants to play. He pitches and plays multiple infield positions.
But what was he drafted as?
Sure.
Wow.
He wasn't drafted as a pitcher. I think he was drafted as a position player.
Okay.
Go back and see exactly what position, because he's from the Chi. He plays multiple positions.
Yeah.
But he's a power hitter.
Okay. Yeah. So they probably put him in the outfield somewhere.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. He's got to learn. He left high school early. Went to JUCO ranks and qualified him for the draft for this season. He's a hell of a kid and player, so it's just a matter of time till he gets up to the show. The game has changed to eliminate the skill of the black player, which is basically speed and hand-eye coordination as far as making plays in the outfield. When it went to the steroid era of home runs,
the shift.
Yeah, and all this crap that, eliminated the skill of baseball, then you had less of a need for this melanated player to be on your team. You can just go to shifting to guys that always pulled and, catching the ball in the outfield, throwing junk to those guys that were standing up there just trying to hit the ball out the park, So.
Well, quick sidebar. Are y'all doing all that wicket shifting in Little League? Are you seeing that in the Little League game?
No, not at all. None of it. But and it's supposed to be taken out of the major leagues, I believe, next season.
Is it? I don't agree with taking it out. I don't agree with that. They should be able to put their players wherever they want to put them. If you want to put all 9 of them in infield, let them put all 9 of them in infield. It's up to these teams to start drafting players who can control their bat. To your point,
yeah,
who aren't limited to just pulling and who ain't just don't swing for the fence if they shift on you like that. We're gonna accept the double. We can take that single. You know what I mean?
Or they can't shift on you if they move everybody to one side of the damn field and you bunt the ball to the other side of the field where nobody's at. I mean,
right.
Come on. It's elementary how you beat the shift.
Right.
Just let these guys who don't have any type of hand-eye coordination or ability to change their batting stance or batting style.
Ace, that's crazy, Ace. Listen, I remember in Little League Baseball, I was in 6th, 7th grade.
Mhm.
My manager, one of the best coach I ever had in my life, he was a drunk, but he was a former professional tennis player. He used to hustle up there at Stagg Field, up there in Hyde Park. He used to hustle on the tennis court and take all those pink people's money. And then miss practice the next week. That's what made it so cold, though, because we knew what we had to do. Y'all know what y'all got to do when I ain't here, baby. And
Get it done.
But he had pulled me to the side. You gonna let them sit over there? Hit that ball right in between. Hit that ball right between first and second base, and I would do it, man. I'm talking. I was sixth grade, bro, 7th grade.
Yeah. Well, you can't tell these guys making $200 million not to hit the ball into the shift, apparently.
Oh, because they need the long ball to get those big contracts.
Right. So they can get to 35 home runs and 120 RBIs. I'm like, what? That gets you?
But they don't think they can get paid with 330 300 batting average and 100 runs scored. They don't think that would help them in the negotiations, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they're just giving that money away, so you can get it if you want it. You know, Ricky Henderson had 130 stolen bases?
Right.
You're telling
me.
Right. And the guys leading the league now maybe get 30 to 60 stolen bases in a season because you got nobody out there with any speed, agility, quickness, or there's no coaches telling them we're going to play small ball. We need you on base. We need base runners. We need you to move the runner ahead of you, move them up. Playing, using baseball skills. So,
Well, do you know what current MLB team has the most coloreds?
Shit.
If you had to take a stab at it.
They all maybe got one or less.
In this article, so it's kind of unfair because it's they were considering the whole system, the farm system, everything. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you had to take a guess, though, who would you say?
Farm system and majors.
Yeah. It should be a city like Oakland or Atlanta or Chicago, based on their fans' demographic.
I mean, you would think maybe the White Sox, but I know they don't draft a lot of their minor league players from their own youth core. That's a tough one. Yeah.
All right. Well, I got the answer. It's the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
Of the 30 Major League Baseball teams, the Mariners currently have the most African Americans on their spring training roster. Okay. African American players make up 25% of their current roster.
Wow.
But they're, of course, still in the minority.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's a wonder if the Griffey influence has anything to do with that being the case.
And that's a super liberal town, too. They're all left.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got the history of senior and junior, and now junior is the head of minority affairs. I mean, it's not supposed to affect the individual franchise, but, if you want to gain prominence in the league again, maybe this is the route you want to go, as opposed to going out and, buying $300 million 30 or 35 home run hitting players. So,
Well, okay, so a total of 882 players made opening day rosters last season. Okay. Only 68 of those were African American, a number that has been on the decline over the past 10 years. The reasons vary. So they had talked to some of these Seattle players, the black ones.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of black kids in low poverty communities who don't have a lot of money. This is the Mariners' second baseman, Shed Long. I mean, and you mentioned this when you were talking about the expensive base. When you and Brother Coney was on here and JB when we covered baseball,
Yeah.
he said, I mean, they go and play football, and all you need is a field and a ball, and you can work. Then when football season rolls around, you play. It's easier to go out on the basketball court and shoot hoops by yourself, said the Mariners pitcher to Tawine Walker. To play baseball, you kind of need someone there with you, and it's probably a dad. Someone to hit, throw you batting practice, hit ground balls, pop flies, even to play catch. Any comments on that?
I mean, it's true. You need someone that's willing to
Put the time and the money. Yeah.
volunteer their time and money. If it's a league that's willing to put up the money through collectively having a large amount of teams that they can get players to play in and get together an all-star team to compete at a higher level. Or you got to have, a volunteer coach and parents that are willing to support this volunteer coach as he's trying to guide the kids to get better in their craft or whatever position they play, and to learn the game of baseball.
Well, I'm gonna push back on us just a little bit.
All right.
We had a volunteer coach, and he had to get his money.
Yeah.
One thing he taught us though was how to swim. He would tell us so. First of all, we had strikeout. That was our batting cages. That was somebody throwing me batting practice. We had strikeout. And he would tell us, y'all need to go out here and practice. So to a point, I think the videos games got something to do with it. But to a point, how we got good and we would go undefeated almost every season. It was Hyde Park Little League, but we were cold, man. I think I lost one regular season game in the 3 years I played. And the 2 years the teams before me was undefeated. My point is, we play with each other, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. As far as playing with each other, yeah. I mean, when the next season came around, you were transitioning from one sport to another, and it wasn't really coaches involved. We was playing football outside.
Yeah.
And when it came time for basketball, we would play basketball outside till we got a court to play in on the inside. And then once basketball was coming to the end, you playing baseball, you playing strikeout. We was playing each other.
Now, to your point about the equipment, we would, for the aluminum bats in our games, they had to make a rule because the rich teams had better equipment, so they would make them share their catching equipment with us. If we wanted it, they would make them share the aluminum bats.
Yeah.
But we were in Hyde Park. We were at Ray School, so a lot of the kids at my school had money. So, but they couldn't play baseball. Some of them could. Yeah. So I'm saying, but most of us were ragtag, and we would be. I remember we were borrowed gloves. Eventually, I did something to earn money, and maybe got one of my big brother's gloves. But I'm saying, I do remember a struggle though. To you guys' point about how much the equipment costed and all of the bats and all of that. But we would go knock on doors, bro, and go to the guy's house who had the bat. And we might not have had 3 bats, but we were swinging with that bat that was probably too big, but poking up on it. Yeah, we had a bat, and the glove might not have been the best, but, and then when and we shared gloves. Here, take this glove because I can't use it when I'm going to bat, you know.
I mean, those days are over. I remember when you played back in the day, you didn't need no damn. It was a bat laying outside, or my dad had a bat in the garage. I would grab that and take it to the park, or take it to the strikeout box, and that's what we swinging with until it cracked, or we got another bat. So
and that's why Ace, when we would play them games and we was able to use those fancy bats, and you can go there and find a bat that was perfect for you. Your bat speed, because man. So now, and I'm not gonna say it came from parenting. My dad wasn't really in the picture, and my mom, she didn't know crap about baseball, but we were blessed enough to have that coach who was an ex-professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And he cut out all the excuses for us and knew how to motivate us. You know what I mean? And tell us to get out there and put that work in, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that was then. This is the participation era. So
And sit at home and play your video games and Mom, I'm trying to clean up my room. I mean, no. Your mom's cleaning up the room. I'm trying to play the game. You know what I mean? Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. So you're out there with these kids that don't really have to work at their sport unless it's at practice. I'm blessed to work with the better players because of being associated with the All-Star team. My son being an All-Star, and my oldest son, playing ball. But you for the most part, the regular in-house games used to be competitive. Everybody on different teams. We're trying to win. You're trying to beat that other team. Now these kids, they just want to go out there and do photo ops or just hear somebody, standing outside the
We
fence.
love the game, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. So you want to get better every year or every game or every practice.
Yes.
Now the kids, to their credit, this year have gotten better every game, every practice, every at bat, but it's still not that level of competition
Man,
that you
our coach used
face.
to tell us, man, y'all supposed to be here before me every day.
Right.
It practice was at 8. We used to have practices 8, 9 in the morning over the summer, man, early.
Mm,
And he'd show up at 10, 11 o'clock. You know what I mean?
right.
But we better be running through the practice once we knew what the drills was. And
Yeah.
the
And you
oldest
got
player with
part.
coaches. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you got to
Yeah.
feel, and you know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
I might be asleep, or I might, be
Yeah, he be
sleeping one
sleeping one
off,
off. Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing.
or doing whatever. But you still know that I'm coming sooner or later, and maybe I
Man.
won't. Shit, but you know what you're supposed to be out there doing to get prepared for the next game.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was personal pride that I didn't want to get embarrassed by anybody, whether it was the next park or the next block or anybody. I'm going
Man,
out there.
and that's how he was.
Here.
Even as a coach, he didn't exactly. He used to tell, yeah, and he was a gambler. So I come to figure out. My big brother told me years later. We know he had money riding on all them games, boy. Man, he used to do his research. He used to scout. He was prepared, man. He was the best game day motivational coach I've ever had in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Black man did it all for the free. I'm sure he was gambling though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I try and motivate the kids, but it's you think you try and build up their mental
Yes,
toughness and
toughness.
capacity before we
Yes,
get to the game. So when we get to the game is easy. But
that man.
those days, I didn't have
Yeah, I
enough
know
time.
it's hard to push those kids like that, and then their parents show up. You can't talk to my son like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a fine line. But
All right. Well. Another point they made, Ace, was let's see. Um, these kids don't think baseball is cool. It's not really a popular sport in the black community because there's not a lot of fame in baseball anymore. Remember, we had Reggie Jackson and all them guys to look up to.
yeah, Mr. October, Reggie Barr.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted to be clutch. We knew what that meant. So it said, is football or basketball that you're seeing every day on ESPN?
Yeah, because they're wearing these tennis shoes that Michael Jordan promotes, Zion or LeBron or Kyrie. No matter if they're playing that year, no matter if they're playing well.
Okay, so you can't walk around with the top baseball players' cleats and be cool.
Nah.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Walking through the halls, click, click, click.
It's a different kind of swag, It's a baseball brain versus and basically it's between teams, schools, colleges, so that's where the rivalries come from.
Yeah.
Nobody goes to the high
Nobody
school
from Ray would go to our games, and they watch our basketball games, but they wouldn't come to our baseball games, and we was the best. Yeah.
And it'd be the same damn players or players playing both sports, but they do not support baseball. We do get nice crowds for the playoff games, but it's parents and family.
Yeah, that's exactly
back in the day. Back in the day, it used to be the neighborhood. We still get the old alumni, the older guys, the old follow us, no matter what. Yeah, wherever we're playing, they'll come out, and all the players try and support one another. But it's not a neighborhood and family event like it used to be back in the day. A lot of that has to do with the alderman. I know it's not a political show, but she'll be gone soon.
Oh, it's politics.
Yeah, she didn't. The alderman for our ward, Jackie Robinson, didn't want to support the parade. There's not many positive things.
So you talking about the gay parade, the rainbows? I bet she supported that. But go ahead.
I'm pretty sure she did. But the Jackie Robinson parade, that was the pride of the community.
Pride. That's what I was thinking of. Pride parade. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the pride of the community for so many years. The city and the police were able to raise the fees to an astronomical amount. So we're spending a boatload of money before one pitch is thrown just to have a parade for the community to feel good about each other. The kids to march down Hollister Street from 119 to the park on 107.
And the alderman saw no value in that.
No value. And I know she had a budget to help support this or anything in the ward that, for miscellaneous use. No budget, didn't want to help, and it had to go away because of monetary reasons. So,
Now, Mariners shortstop J.P. Crawford said it's boring. African-American kids want to go play football and basketball. They want to run. They want to go do some crazy stuff on the field. You can't do that in baseball. I feel like they expose their athleticism more in those sports too. And that's I got some pushback on that because I used to see even white boys do stuff defensively. We had a couple of white boys, one of them played shortstop, cold, throw that leather.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's as athletic as any. And I played all three sports. Yeah. I'm like, man, with somebody stealing a base or digging down the line or shagging a fastball. I'm like, man, a fly ball. I'm like, man. But I think if you haven't played the game,
yeah, you have no interest.
You can't appreciate what's going on out there.
Or if you don't have a relative or a kid or somebody that's dear to you that would have gotten you to the ballpark, you can't really find any appreciation in the art or the game of baseball. That's mainly the problem.
Man, a 1-0 ball game, 2 outs, somebody hit a line shot to the short and he just makes a miracle play. You know what I mean? That's baseball, bro. Yeah, absolutely. And it might be because of MLB shifting. It is.
It's all a major sport.
You can't flip your bat. You can't show no swag.
Yeah, and you can't go to your normal television station and watch a game. You gotta have cable. You gotta have this network.
That ruined a lot of sports, bro. That ruined boxing. You better you're right. You just better cut on the TV and watch a good fight and a good baseball game. You're so right about that, bro. Now you gotta sign up for this. Yep, have this streaming service. They got greedy, killed the golden goose.
Yeah. So besides, y'all making all the money from these particular companies, these TV companies, they're gonna go out of business sooner or later.
But your young future athletes and fans are missing. The ones without the money who would probably be playing.
Yeah. So your baseball demographic is what, like 46 to 60.
Yeah.
Where your new fans coming from there?
Yeah.
So and your young athletes, those kids from those third world countries that are coming over here playing baseball every day, not going to school, or they're going to baseball high school, grammar school, and baseball university. They like playing ball, and they want to come to the United States to make money, but those aren't the future fans of your sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's greed, mainly. Greed is killing baseball. It definitely killed the black athlete playing baseball. But yeah, it's definitely greed that's killed the sport. And you know,
Well,
until those greed mongers die off, or find a reason to build up the the young base of fans again. It is what it is.
and some of those draft picks, they were legacy players. But in your final statement, what do you attribute um, the results of this draft to, the 2022 draft? These black players going so high, and then I'll let you sum it up because I'm not as much into go Cubs as you. Um, like why do you think this resurgence is finally starting to take place then?
Um, you've limited the pool of talent to such a finite pool that you have to go and find new talent somewhere. But it's not new talent, it's talent that's already always been there, but you don't want to recognize it. You have all of these fast, talented players that aren't being utilized through the minor leagues because you're looking for guys that maybe one day can give you 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, or guys that can throw 100 miles an hour. So when you've got your pitcher having a bad day, or your batter having a bad day, you need a pinch batter, or you maybe need to put somebody else in the lineup to spark the team. You don't have that guy because everybody in the majors is doing the same damn thing. You need to get the run over. You need some speed out there on the bases. You don't have it because everybody's, hitting 30 home runs or 100 RBIs, and they're slow.
And they're using the flaxseed oil and the deer antler spray.
Right. So it's just that they have to rediscover the talent that's there. You keep having Jackie Robinson Day every year, and the players are all wearing number 42, but the black players on MLB make up 7% of the league. Come on, it's not that far from when he first came in the league. 68 players on opening day rosters. What if you designate 20 of them to back to the minor leagues, which happens, and 20 of them or 25 of them get hurt? At least 20 players in the major leagues. So which is not greater numbers than right after when Jackie Robinson came into the league. So there are players out there. There are players playing college baseball. There's players that can be drafted out of high school, which should be happening, as well as the pink players that'll be drafted out of high school because they can throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball for their high school career until they get to the pros and their arm goes out. And you got guys out here. The guy from the shortstop from the Pittsburgh Pirates, O'Neal Cruz. I believe he's a native player, but this guy is a freak of nature. He's 6'7". He can throw the ball across the field at 100 miles an hour from the shortstop position. He can hit the ball out with an exit velo of almost 115 miles an hour, and he's super fast. So, these players are out there. They just need the opportunities. They drafted a lot of HBCU players in the later or last rounds. It's a consideration for them. They may be happy that they get drafted. But these guys are playing quality baseball at the HBCU level too. And they can hit, they can catch, and they can run. So go out and find these players, give them opportunities, not just delve in your rookie ball or A ball or, your lower levels of your minor leagues, but give them the position to prosper and move up and to maybe get an opportunity in the major league level with the right opportunities and the right coaching. So, Ken Griffey Jr., you're in charge of revitalizing the minority players in Major League Baseball. Do what you can to help these guys that are languishing in minor leagues to get on a major league roster. Whatever the program you can develop, or if it's another alternative league or whatever we can come up with. You got to help these guys out. Everybody's not, Ken Griffey Sr.'s son, so they need some help. Help them out.
Man, well said. And I would add, Ken Griffey Jr., big ups for your efforts. Have your people reach out to guys like this and to these leagues at the younger level. Get them what they need so they can have their parades and things like that. Infuse some money so they can get their kids to those batting cages. And that would be what I would add to everything you just said, good brother. You got a topic in mind for next week, or we'll figure it out?
Well, I'm ready to go into football, but we got to be something before then. Man, I want to talk about these Jamaican track stars. We're trying to revisit Shikari, but these runners, man, these runners from Jamaica, they got 1 and 2 relay teams finishing first and second, and the United States doesn't have a chance. So, yeah, I don't know.
We got a lazy generation sitting around.
Drinking and
we used to be out there running, man.
Yeah.
You
You couldn't keep me from being the top of my sport. So it's not like it's a major revenue generating sport. So if I'm the best, I'm the best.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
and y'all, next week, check out the Self-Love Show. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Cali time. Yeah, it'll be 8 p.m. in the Shy. We'll be back with a live show ready for you. Last week yesterday we did Flat Earth Theory. So suggest you guys check that out. And Ace and I, of course, will be back next week. As soon as we know the topic, we'll let you know what that's about. Yeah, we'll let you know what that's about. So if you should find yourself sliding through the city of Chicago or Inglewood, check your 6. Watch your back. Don't get caught slipping. Guard your grill. Knuckle up. And don't forget to. And don't forget to. And don't forget to bring